That is Capitol Hill Square. Watu wa Capitol Hill naomba msimame tafadhali. Na asanteni sana. We also have from Chungwa House, we have our brother Philip Atale, and we have Felix, and we have our executive director, who is a man who has been in the trenches. And in that respect, I would kindly request Aide if you would haufananishwi na kitu kingine. Unafanya sikufanya, unatoa faraja ambazo mwanadamu hawezi kutoa. Haufananishwi na kitu, atakujibu kwa nafasi. Nafikiri tutasongesha condolence kando, ndio nafasi ipatikane, maana iko ibada nayo nataka kuanza. Na wakati tuko hapa tukiimba kuimbia Bwana. Mungu wangu ni wa neema, kubwa ni wa neema. Mungu wangu ni wa neema, kubwa ni wa neema. Mungu wangu ni wa neema, kubwa ni wa neema. Mungu wangu ni wa neema, kubwa ni wa neema.
Tafadhali mshauri tunaweza kutoka. Wengine wanaingia wanataka.
Tunaelekea kumaliza, wale ambao tunamaliza.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. I'm trying to sit on my emotions and I hope I've managed, sindio? So that I can do what Bagi has told me to come and do here. I am Jakakimba Silas. George is my brother. I've known George for more than half of my lifetime. When I was a student at the University of Nairobi. And we just became friends like that. And then later George introduced me to the Honorable Raila Odinga. alishika mkono yangu na mimi biateri inyathi malongo biateri George emano introduce Raila Odinga kawuna duoko juma penja kan ninge Raila nade. But for now, pole sana madam. Madam is my sister. She's my sister. And when I was in my younger days in Nairobi, during campus and even after campus, Madam and George they've held my hands in life. And I've told you before I knew Baba. And that is why from campus I went to stay with them. First I went to say Uko pipeline, but we used to say it's feather. When you come from the university and you go to pipeline, you know what pipeline is? They're called, nowadays they call them studios, but studio is a very English word. Aide, those one rooms where everything, there is no kitanda, it's a bed sitter. There is nothing else. Once you enter, you are in the bedroom and everything. But Caro and George, George didn't even come there. He told me, no, Janam, you cannot stay there. And I moved to join them in high-rise estate, just close to them, E3. No, it was E3 or something. E2 or something. But they got me the house there. This Caro and George, because of my friendship with them. Then later, along the way, George introduced me to Baba in a special way. Nikakuwa hapo namna hiyo. Later I became PA to Prime Minister, to the MP for Langata, the larger Langata. When our brother Thomas passed on suddenly. And all this has been courtesy of George Oduor and of course other friends. So I'm here to say pass my pole. And when they moved from high-rise to where they live now, as usual, George took me for tea in town. He told me, I'm moving. And pokona nyot, and apano nyot. Ben George manoko ngisa kike mugejike. Ni kori ngeni nyate mokamaka mada introduce again NHC. So this is what we are going to do. So we don't think we need to leave you in high-rise. See, I joined you guys a month later. So napenye tokoro rent ni bwana. Kijana take care of many things. Ton Wagado, then I moved and joined them there. Just 2 blocks, 2 houses away. Then I stayed there. We stayed there for around, I think, almost 5 or so years. Then after the elections of 2017, there are some issues. This journey, that's why I think I told Jakom yesterday, Pole Sana, because this journey of Baba, and that's why I'm writing a book. The manuscript is somewhere called No Higher Trust. My life and times with Raila Odinga. The intriguing terrains in Kenya's political landscape. This journey is not very easy normally. And Aide is here, will attest to you. So this George has gone through so much with Raila Odinga. It's never an easy journey. And that's why I told Baba yesterday and the other day, Pole Sana. And he called me and he cried on phone. That means that thing has really touched him. So outside that, moving on, this is the plan, very briefly, so that we can view the body. George will be laid to rest at his residence in Ndori, Siaya County, just near Bondo.
And as we mourn, we celebrate the time we have been with George. Unfortunately, I was unwell the whole of last week. So it's only 2 days ago when I resumed work that I was told that George was hospitalized. Yesterday I intended to go to the hospital, but we had a meeting of the Central Committee. So I asked our Director for Finance, Mr. Kawino, to go to the hospital. But later, before we could even talk, after he had just left the hospital, I got a message that George has gone to be with the Lord. So I just want to condole with you, Mama. It's difficult let's not pretend. It's difficult. And we are not feeling the same way you are, even though we have been quite close with George. But the only thing I can assure you is that all of us who have walked this journey with George will not abandon you at this time. We'll try our best to be with you, but I know it's difficult to bear. George is one person that you can describe as having been very firm, but also very human. Very strict, but also very amiable. He's a person who knew his work. And as the man of God has said, if there is anything we can learn from George, there are three things. Number one, dedication. Number two, loyalty. And number three, being humble. If we are real friends of George, those should be our three takeaways from this experience. Otherwise, as I said, it's not time to make speeches. Just to convey my condolences and condolence of the National Executive Committee of the ODM party, as well as the National Secretariat. And I'm announcing to you, already we have opened a book of condolence at Chungwa House, and another one should by now be open at Capitol Hill. So anybody who wants to sign, you can either go to Capitol Hill or to Chungwa House. Otherwise, we'll walk this journey together, Mama. Thank you.
George has passed on. I'm lost of words on how to eulogize my friend. And therefore, my being here will be so brief. Allow me first to recognize members of the County Assembly present here. I had seen Commissioner Catherine Okoth walk in. I don't know whether she is. Oh, she is behind here. Please, being the Orange Women Leader in Nairobi, would you allow her to say just Jambo, please? Being the Orange Leader, just come please, a minute. Just a minute. You are the women leader in this county. It is important that you just say Jambo, because we are told that you will speak later.
Bwana asifiwe. Bwana asifiwe tena. Kwa majina ni Catherine Okoth, chair lady ya ODM Nairobi County. Yangu ni chache kabisa. George nimemjua 30 years ago kiwa na baba, na sidhani kama baba atapata mtu kama George. George ni mtu amechukua kila mtu muhimu. Huwe ni MCA, MP, huwe mtu wa chini pale, George abagui mtu yoyote. But a war tho. Tuombeni familia George, sana sana bibi yake, na tunaomba George Mwenyezi Mungu amweke mahali pema peponi. Asante.
Thank you, Chair Lady, and also the longest serving MCA in Nairobi, 4 terms. Allow me also to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Helen Okello, member of County Assembly of Nairobi. Besides that, I wish to acknowledge leaders of the party within Nairobi. I saw Jen Diaz somewhere. If you are a party official within Nairobi, just stand up and raise your hand. I saw Lady Florence and so many people. Actually, they are walking in. And in that regard, because the ED has spoken, I won't speak much. I was in the hospital 2 days ago with Mama. I went to see George, and you were told that you could not see him because the doctor was actually working on him. So myself, Mom, and her friends, and many others sat somewhere in a kiosk. Mom was telling me that the previous days George was critically ill. But on that material day, George sat for 3 hours with them in a very jovial mood. And I was happy. She even told me that come tomorrow, when he'll be alone, I will allow you to come and see him because you are his friend. I can't believe that the following day, as he spoke, yesterday, George passed on. So mine is very simple, is to ask God to keep his soul in eternal peace. Edie, all the members of County Assembly of Nairobi are mourning with you, are mourning with George, are mourning with Baba. They will join you as we progress. Thank you so much, Brother Baggy.
Good morning. It's a very difficult time to be here just to condole with the family. My name is Gado Lima, MCA Kisumu County Assembly. Victor is a friend. We worked with him last term. And to the family, we only want to say poleni, and we are together in this. May God bless you.